When people say you can't have your cake and eat it too, they don't understand what you're supposed to do with cake. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you're here. Here we talk about personal development, relationships, and mental health, just to name a few. My name is Carmen, a registered counsellor who is passionate about coming alongside people. This podcast is designed to create a discussion and bring awareness around what matters most in life, and that includes you. The goal is that each episode will leave you feeling encouraged, equipped, and empowered so you can live your best life. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to another episode. How are you today? I am so excited about sharing this episode with you. Not to say that I'm not excited about the others, but this one in particular, because false guilt can steal so much from us and cause us to live as human doings rather than human beings. On the weekend, I enjoyed joining Crave Fitness for their Sunday Glow Up talk, and together we unpacked perfectionism. Shireen, the founder of Crave Fitness, encourages her clients to train and stick to a plan for 6 days, and on the 7th day, to have a meal where they enjoy pizza and some champagne. Progress will be made, all in good time, with the aim to be strong and happy. At that point, it dawned on me. You can have the cake and eat it too. This episode is not about eating cake in the literal form, but it's enjoying what you have and not feeling bad about it. It's about the freedom to choose and choose well. It's about finding a place for both the responsibilities that come with life and making time for what makes us feel alive. As the saying goes, too much of one thing is good for nothing. And do you believe this to be true? So what happens if we are all work and no play? And what happens if we're all play and no work? Considering life is long and life is short, how do we live for today and invest in our future? Sometimes we can fall into the trap of seeing life through the all or nothing lens. And while some areas in life may be absolutes, but what about those grey areas? So a place to start could be asking yourself, what's important to you? What are some things in life that are non-negotiable? Our purpose and our values can help define this and could be the very foundation from where we make our decisions. Did you know that there are over 250 varieties of cake? Like there are different types of cake, we are also unique in our own ways. And so is our sweet spot. Our sweet spot is the dance between work and play. When we look to others to determine this, perhaps it can set us up to miss this concept, and it can steal the very experience of finding our joy. So what are the things that bring you joy? Over the years, I have sought to discover a range of things that do just that. And I would like to share some of these with you in the hopes that it would serve as an example and that you would find your sweet spot if you haven't already done so, or maybe add to what you're already doing. I have created an at-home facial experience. It includes beautiful fluffy towels, a designated area where I sit and go through the process. I like to put on some music or a podcast, and if I feel like it, I will light a candle. Another thing that I like to do is to make a meal from scratch. It can be so easy to just go and buy some ready-made pizza dough, for example. However, for me, there is something about engaging in the process from start to finish. getting flour all over my apron, sipping on a beverage of choice, and enjoying the finished product with loved ones. While this is not something that I do all the time, and let's make something straight, I thoroughly appreciate meal prep and having food in my freezer ready to warm up. So an indicator for me of when I am out of balance is when I don't have time to do the things that bring me joy because I'm just too busy. Before we part ways, I would like to introduce to you the sweetness of doing nothing. I came across the Italian saying, dolce far niente, I hope I pronounced that right, which means just that. If you have seen Eat, Pray, Love, you may remember the scene where the idea is introduced. So often we can forget to just be. The idea is not about being lazy, but instead finding pleasure from savouring a moment and enjoying it. For Italians, this concept is part of everyday life, and it can look like spending time with friends, watching the sunset, taking a stroll, and you get the gist. So what does it look like to have your cake and eat it too? So until next time, take care and enjoy. So that's it for today's episode, and as always, I am grateful for the opportunity to come alongside you. If you know someone who might benefit from hearing this episode, why not share it with them? And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss an episode. For more content or to learn about the services I provide, head over to carmendebono.com.au, and I look forward to coming alongside you again next Wednesday.